Hello everybody, welcome back to my page. I'm Laura with Chocolates Chocolate Designs. Please say hi when you jump on. Hit that heart button for me. And in just a second, I'm going to have a keyword for you to type in with the list of in order to get the list of supplies for all the things that we're using tonight. So y'all, say hi. Happy Tuesday. Man, it feels like Monday today, doesn't it? Because of the long weekend. Oh my goodness. All right, you guys, I'm getting this pulled up real quick. It's going to be a few minutes before I can say hi to all of my friends because Facebook is starting everything off as a reel now, and I don't know why. But I think I might have done something last night to try to fix the ding thing. So once again, you guys, let me know if you end up hearing that noise again in the video. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm making some changes, and hopefully we won't have that anymore, but who knows? Who knows? All right, you guys, the keyword for tonight is messy. M-E-S-S-Y. Type messy in the comments. I do have a few of my friends on here. Hey, Sue. Hey, Stacy. Hello, Melinda and Dottie. Oh, let's push the button, get some more. Hey, Cassie and Wendy and Renee. Hi, Corey and Carol. Hi, Nina. How are you doing today? Hey, Sally. Hello, Leanne. Hi, Maxine and Janet. Oh, my gosh. You guys are awesome. Hey, Connie and Rachel. Hey, Dana. Hello, Leanne. How is everybody doing today? All right, you guys. The comments do not flow. I have to click the thing to get more. Anyway, they will in a couple of minutes. So, you guys, we recently had a couple of collections that launched. And when we launch these collections, Chalk let us know that there will be no reorders of any of these designs. Number one was the Peanuts Autumn collection, and the other one was the holiday one, the newest holiday one, right? So there's a bunch of stuff that's currently low stock, and it's going to sell out very, very soon. So you guys, we're doing another Peanuts one tonight because I absolutely love the Peanuts gang. I think that they're awesome, and I don't want you to miss out on some of the great transfers that are available right now, okay? So this is the one that we're doing, and I think it's so cute, and this one is called Messy People, and it's got Pigpen on there. And I don't know about you, but I am a messy person. Maybe I just have too much stuff. I don't know. I can tell you that right now my kitchen is still a mess because I have not cleaned up yet from dinner. I still need to do that. And I am going to try to get in bed enough time to snuggle with John a little bit before he goes to sleep because, y'all, he's leaving tomorrow for 2 days. I'm not going to see him for a little bit. So, you guys, how are you guys? All right. So, you guys, we're actually going to do a sweatshirt tonight. And what I want to show you guys is how you color in a sweatshirt using our ink. And I've done some of these before. I had this sweatshirt here, this dark gray one, that I thought was going to be absolutely perfect for this particular transfer. So, this is from Michaels. It is a Bella and Canvas. They are no, this one right here is a Jersey blend. Oh, where did I get this one? I thought that this was Bella and Canvas. Y'all, I think that I ordered this one from that website that's no longer available. So, anyway, find a sweatshirt that's to your liking that you really, really love and just grab that one, okay? I think I got these ones for a really good deal and bought a bunch of them right before that company went out of business. So, anyway, let's see if I can get my comments up here. Nope, still not yet. Wow, that's frustrating, y'all. It is frustrating to not have comments, but hello to everybody. All right, so when we're working with a sweatshirt, the first thing that we need to do is we need to use an ink mat or something inside here in order to keep the design from going through onto the back side of that. With a shirt, you're going to get a little bit more of that design going through. With a sweatshirt, because they're so thick and so fuzzy, you don't have to worry about it quite as much. It won't end up on the back side. I just clicked my clicker and lost everything on my computer. Oh my goodness. I will tell you what. This is going to be my night, isn't it? All right. Let's see. Still a reel. Okay. All right, you guys. So I'm going to grab out my my ink mat. These are super, super sticky. They're available in my shop. And the purpose of this is to hold down your surface so it doesn't slide around when you're inking on it. And also to keep your ink from going through onto other layers of your textile. They're great for anything that's a material base, like tea towels or sweatshirts, t-shirts, placemats, anything like that that's a material base. And like you can see, they are super, super sticky. The thing about this though, is that you can use one of these ink mats on a shirt dozens of times before you have to wash it. With a brand new sweatshirt, you're going to need to wash your ink mat every single time you use it with a sweatshirt, because the fuzziness on the inside of the sweatshirt that we love so much when we first put it on is going to stick to this ink mat, and it's going to have a hard time. It's going to basically fuzz all over this thing, and then it won't be so sticky anymore. Okay. In order to do that, you just spray it with either some Windex or a combination of Awesome Orange from the Dollar Tree and water. Let it sit for about 5 minutes, and then you just use your squeegee and you squeegee off all of that grossness that's on there, all that fuzz. So I'm going to put this right in here. These are my favorite ones. The bigger the better as far as I'm concerned with an ink mat, unless you're working on a really, really small project, okay? Oh, y'all, do I have comments yet? How frustrating. Facebook, stop doing this stuff. I don't like your changes, Facebook. I really, really don't. Hi, Kim. I see a couple of friends. Hi, Linda. Hi, Becky. Oh, my gosh. Y'all, I don't like that I have to keep refreshing my page in order to try to get my video. There we go. Yes, I have live comments now. It's so exciting when it finally goes. It made it at 8:37. God darn it. Hi, Julie. So I thought maybe you get bubbles most of the time. Okay, well, let's talk about that. Hi, Noemi. Hi, Sissy. Hello, everybody. Hi, Brenda. Yeah, okay, all right. Hello, everybody. All right, I know I missed some names, you guys. Here comes the fuzz. Yes, lots and lots and lots of fuzz when you're doing a sweatshirt. So, Awesome Orange from the Dollar Tree is great. You just mix that with water, and then you can spray it right on that ink mat and just use your squeegee and squeegee that all off. But this is going to stick it down really, really well. And my rule of thumb, y'all, in order to line up your transfer perfectly where it needs to go on your shirt or on your sweatshirt, so that it lays right at the chest line, is to go from your, you guys look where my armpits are at on my shirt. My design is like centered with my armpits, okay? So center with your armpits and straight down from the collar. If you were to draw a T right here across your boobs, y'all, unless your boobs sag way down, if they're nice and perky, draw a straight line across your boobs and straight down from your neckline, and you're going to have it perfect every time. All right. So you do not need to fuzz your transfer when you are using a textile. They already have enough lint on them. You just don't need to do that. Hi, Donna. So here we go, you guys. The world needs messy people. That's for sure. I'm one of them. And I'm going to look right across from my armpits is right here, and then down from there. So I'm going to put the center of this right about at my armpit length, okay? Right about there, just far enough down from my collar that it's not sitting way up here. And we'll pull this right off the backer sheet and stick it right on there. You heard it again. Oh my, you guys, I cannot figure it out. I even today, I ordered a new phone case even, just to see if that'll make any difference. Because it didn't used to do that before, and I've got the same phone holder that I've always had. All right, so right about there is where we are going to put, well, that doesn't look lined up. It's not centered. They're not hanging low either. Over the shoulder boulder holder. Keeps them off your belly button. I'm looking at the pocket right now too. And trying to line this up with the pocket. I'm wondering how aligned the pocket is. Well, you guys, I'm gonna go right here. No, that's not. Yeah, it is. We're good. Right there. Okay, I'm gonna go right there. I know, you guys, I know. Mine probably wouldn't stay up so well either if they weren't fake. Oh my gosh. All right, here we go, you guys. I'm going to grab a color of ink that that matches fairly close to the color of my shirt. And that's how we're going to start. Hi, Sherry. How are you doing? Oh, I didn't even get my thing out. Oh. Let me get this out so that I can turn it on when I need to. How are you guys? All right, so I'm going to use, this color here is called Storm. Storm is like a dark brown or dark gray. Finally a shirt you can relate to. And this is going to make it to where I can see the design in order to color it, but if I don't lay my transfer down absolutely perfectly right on top of it, it'll kind of blend into the color of my sweatshirt itself. So we're just going to go over the entire thing to start off with this gray color. Now, if you've got a pink shirt, go over it with pink. Yours are racing to your knees. And I'm just going to do Pigpen here because that's all we're going to color in. And we will need to wash our transfer before we go forward with the second part. So the bubbles, the trick is make sure that you press it down really, really well. To try to get those air bubbles out, and then don't try to force your paste. You need to have a light hand when you're doing ink. You just want to go over it. You can even make it where it's thick like that. Go over it and let it sit, let it fall down into the silk screen. Don't try to push down. When you push down, then you're creating an air pocket for all that paste to go up and under, okay? And then you just kind of come back in again light-handedly and squeegee off the excess. You really, really, I'll be 61 in a few weeks, so gravity's not your friend. Oh, man. You're not going to put any pressure, though. That's the trick with ink. If you put any pressure at all into your ink, you're going to end up forcing it out and under the transfer. Okay, you guys, it's still doing it. I thought maybe it was like junk emails coming in, and so I turned off all of my email notifications on my phone. I thought maybe it was like when somebody commented something and it sent me a notification, I turned off all of that stuff. I turned off like a million notifications on my phone in the last 24 hours. Because I really, really, really wanted that to stop. Y'all, I don't understand. I don't understand. So we'll try something new tomorrow with a new phone case. I don't know. Yeah, just ignore it, you guys. I'm trying to figure out, but just having a timestamp or two so that I can verify it, we'll hear it. Well, and Kim's not hearing it at all. Okay. All right. So that's the thing. Not everybody's hearing it. All right. Messy is the key word. So can you guys even see Pigpen? Can you guys see him on there at all? You can. You can because of the lighting that's on there. Good. I'm glad you can see him. I'm going to spray this down with some water. We're going to clean this off here in just a little bit. Okay, good, Linda. All right, good. I'm glad you guys can see him. So you want to be able to see him, but you don't want to be able to have him be like bright and bold right now since we're going to color him in. Okay, like I said, that way if you don't line it up perfectly, this will kind of fade in to the color of your shirt a little bit. You can. Okay, good. You can see as he dries, he gets a little bit darker. And kind of blends in more with the color of the shirt. It's very light. That's what you want. You want it to be very light in comparison to the color of your shirt or your sweatshirt, but you still want to be able to see him to color him in. And I'm just drying him with a blow dryer right now. We don't want to heat anything or we don't want to heat set anything until it's completely done. Hi, Linda. The reason for that is because we want to try to line this back up. And when you put it on your ink mat, it holds it down tight. But as soon as you pull it off of there, the fibers stretch and everything, and you'll never be able to get it back in the exact same position again once you pull it off that ink mat. So we're just going to dry and then move on to the next step, okay? All right, so I'm going to be brave, and I'm actually going to mix colors right here on my sweatshirt. If you have more space, I recommend moving the sweatshirt and doing this off of it. You go around and grab your phone. When the live is over, you can hear it right before it turns off. Has to be something to do with my microphone. I wonder if a new case will help. Yes, that is a CC surface. Those are the new ones that are in the chalk shop. All right, so for his face color, Pigpen has actually got a darker face because he's dirty compared to Snoopy and Lucy and Charlie Brown and Peppermint Patty and all the rest of the gang. So what we're going to do is we're going to mix up, at least I hope to, a color that's close as I can get to Pigpen's skin tone. Okay, I do have a picture of him over here that I'm kind of using for reference. And I do recommend that you guys print out pictures for references of anything that you might need. I sound something. All right, so I'm going to use Dune. Yes, he likes the dirt. I'm going to use Dune. I'm going to use Bright White. And you don't need a whole lot, you guys. You really, really don't. Just to kind of get this to be a little bit lighter than the Dune color. And then I'm going to add just a smidge. And I mean a smidge of brown. Yes, it's Pigpen on this shirt. This one says, I don't remember. What does it say? The world needs messy people. The world needs messy people. All right, so we have, it's kind of close. It does need a little bit brown, though, to mix in here. Hello, everybody. So I'm going to grab a little bit of bark, and just a little bit, because a little bit of the darker colors does go a long way. And I'm really trying to not over mix too much ink tonight. I sound more static. I'm hoping that a new phone case will help. I have a new one coming tomorrow. The one that I currently have on my phone is a waterproof case, and I think that that might be part of the problem. Because people also tell me that they have a hard time hearing me when they call me. Oh, you guys, I think we're just about there. Actually, I think that that's about perfect for him, okay? So let's close this one up. I know I'm brave mixing on my shirt. Like I said, I don't recommend that other people do that, because I know. And we're going to add a little bit of water to this. Now, y'all, I'm not going to add the water to it over my shirt, because it might spray out. But you do want to thin your ink down a little bit before you try to paint with it. So there's our skin tone color, a little darker than everybody else's. And we added brown to it instead of pink. Okay, then for his shirt, we're just going to use brown. So I can add some water right to the cap. Same for his shoes. And his pants are a little bit lighter. I don't have a fan going. It's probably my air conditioner. I do have an air conditioner. And that is currently running right now, yeah. All right, so we're just going to grab, you guys, like I said, this is watered down ink. If you use it straight out of your jar, it might be too thick, and then it might crack. The large Merry Christmas transfer with the Christmas tree, and it's, oh, Darlene, send me a picture. Definitely send me a picture. All right, so I'm gonna paint right on my sweatshirt, and I'm trying to stay within the lines of where that gray is at. And you guys can see that it's kind of hard to see the gray a little bit now. You hear a random song. There is absolutely no music playing in my entire house. I was not able to find that. The meeting that I got is on Thursday, and that's what I'm going to talk to them about. I didn't get on chat today to talk to them on chat, but I will on Thursday night. And see what they say. So I'm literally just painting this in. Am I humming? I'm not humming either. Unless my daughter's got music playing in her room, which is possible because she likes to kind of sneak and stay up later than she's supposed to. So yeah, the meeting that I got with them is a Zoom meeting, so I can actually show them the jar. You think it's my microphone? It could be a series of stuff, you guys. I know there's a lot of weirdness going on right now with everybody's videos. All right, y'all, I'm just kind of messily painting this too. Trying to make sure that I get all those fibers. How is school going for them? Hi, Margie, how are you doing? School is going good. Allie loves it. Evan, he's just weird. Evan's weird. Because he says he hates it, but he doesn't hate it. He hates the fact that he has to go. Just because in the summertime they had so much free time that they got to do a lot of stuff that they wanted. I don't have a microphone. Fine, I don't. The only microphone that I've got is on my phone itself. And I've had the same phone for 4 years. So I highly doubt that it's the microphone. Unless they did an update on my phone somehow and it changed everything. But the only thing I have personally changed is the case. And that's new as of the beginning of August. You absolutely could just do one color if you don't want to paint it in. You sure could. You could leave it you could do just black. You could do just any color that you want to. You don't have to paint it in at all. I just think that they look better painted in, personally. Personal preference. Must be the mothership. Must be. I don't know. There's a lot of internet stuff going on right now. Somebody just told me recently that if you guys have a Google email address, to change your password, because a bunch of Google stuff was stolen. A bunch of information from Google was stolen. All right, let me try to blend that in a little bit there. And we've got his face color now. You don't hear any noise. Maybe it's you guys' phones. Maybe it's everybody but me. All right, and there we have that, and then down here are his hands right in this area. Again, it's hard to see because we got it the same color as the shirt, right? Hello, everybody. You changed yours? Oh, I think this is his hand. It's kind of going to blend in with the other stuff, though. All right. There we go. We've got his hands in there. Those are all shoes. It's kind of, okay, good. Some people are getting the ding, some people are not. I don't understand. Okay, I'm going to use that again. Yes, definitely change your passwords on your Google if you've got a Google. All right, and now we're going to use just some watered down bark paste, bark ink, you guys, for his shirt. His shirt is brown. It is most definitely brown. But it actually looks like, okay. There's another spot of his shirt there. It's almost like he's got overalls on. Hello, everybody. I missed something. Been happening since you've been watching lives. Just decided to ask about it a couple. Really? So I'm just trying to figure out where all the color goes in here as I'm going across. And hopefully I've got it close enough to where it's supposed to be. So that part right there, he's got like these overalls on, and then he's got a shirt underneath it. Finally got the huge sunflower market transferred. Ooh, yay! I was supposed to get an order today, and I don't know if it showed up or not because I haven't checked my front door in a while. I should probably check that just to see. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to grab the same color that I had for his face, and I'm going to add some bark in here just to make a lighter color to do his shirt. Hi, Loretta. Because he has a lighter color brown shirt underneath his darker colored overalls. And this way we're not wasting any of our ink. Thank you, Victoria. So I think this color right here is going to be great for this. Extra noise is just a bonus. Yeah, you guys just got to think about it as like applause. We can't figure out what's going on, but that's just the world giving Laura some applause on her lives. That's what it is. Hopefully I'm putting all of this color in the right spot. Hopefully. All right, then his shorts are about the same color as the bottom part of his shirt. I'm going to get it all close enough, y'all. Oh, shucks, his legs. I missed part of his legs. No big deal. We got it. All right, and then brown for his shoes. I should have done that before I threw that paintbrush in there. And once we get this all painted. Then I'm going to come back in with some gray. Hopefully I've got all my colors in the right spot. Because it's kind of hard to tell. All right, you guys, so far so good, right? Does it look like Pigpen? Does it? I hope it does. All right, so last but not least, y'all, I'm coming back in with, ooh, I've got some brown on my hands, with my gray that we used to make the outline of this. And I'm actually going to paint some of the gray on here just to make all of this dirt speckle stuff around here, the dirt dust cloud, look a little bit more realistic going around him. And I think I'm just going to grab a big brush for this. Thank you. The hair, you'll see, Janet. Hold on, because I'm not going to do the hair just yet. You'll actually see how this whole thing comes together when we put our transfer back down on it, okay? So this is just gray. This is called Storm. Again, with the ink, and I'm just going to come in here and I can see where all of this is, and I just want to darken it up a little bit for that dust cloud that he's got going on here. You have an order for 15 hoodies. Carol's going to be busy. Carol is going to be busy, busy, busy with some hoodies for sure. I wish I had ordered more when I ordered from this company, because, you know, I live in hoodies. Like from September till June. I live in hoodies. All right, there's our little dust cloud, okay? In the gray. All right, y'all, I'm gonna actually dry this off, because remember, we added water to this, so it's a little bit wetter than what it would normally be. And we want to get this as dry as we possibly can, okay? Hi, Pam. But I also want to keep my dryer moving. No, so these hoodies, I don't have a link for these because the company that I bought these ones from actually went out of business. But most of the time I get my hoodies at Michael's, and I buy the Bella and Canvas ones. Hi, Bridget. Wait until they're buy one, get one 40% off, though. That's the best bang for your buck. And you guys, if you do decide to get this transfer tonight, which I highly recommend if you want it and you don't have it yet, because it is low stock and it's going to retire, then don't forget, if you place a $100 order on my site right now, this then you can type in promo code for Perks members and designers only. Promo code LABOR20 for 20% off of your order. Okay. All right, I got that relatively dry now. We're good. We're good. All right, I'm going to set the shirt over here. Oh, I'm not even plugged in. How did that happen? I don't remember ever unplugging this thing. All right, I'm going to set my shirt over here for a second. We need to bring our transfer back up, and we need... I can't tell if it's straight or not on here this time. It's straight with the pocket, but it doesn't look straight with the neck. I don't know. Maybe they made my shirt wrong. All right, so we're going to bring our transfer back over now. And I'm going to grab my water. His name is Pigpen. This isn't Franklin, this is Pigpen. And we're just going to use our board eraser to get all of that ink off of both the top and the bottom side of this transfer. All you got to do to clean these off, you can take them to your sink. That's the best practices to do, is run it under water while using your board eraser. I would not use a waffle weave. I would do as smooth of a texture as you can for a shirt. All right, and now I'm going to flip this over and put the clean side of my transfer on the clean side of this cloth and do the same thing on the back side. Hopefully I can get all my dog hair off of here with just my board eraser and being in my craft space. So this is the sticky side. When it gets wet, that sticky goes away, but it only goes away momentarily. Once it dries, all of that sticky is going to come right back. You guys can see, like, it's already, it's not quite as sticky as it's going to get. But you just dry it up and that sticky comes right back. And then you can put it back on your backer sheet and you can use it over and over and over again. You can make shirts for all your friends. You can make gifts. If you know anybody in your family who likes peanuts, you can make a whole bunch of shirts in different sizes and sell them at vendor events this coming season. Whatever you want to do. All right, and I'm just going to stick this right here for a second. Now that it's cleaned off and my surface is dry, and then we can bring this back over here, okay? So here's where we're going to get the real look of this design. We've got it colored in right now. This is what's going to make it absolutely stand out and be perfect, okay? If you use waffle weave, go over it lightly with the ink and then use your paintbrush to fill in. Don't try to push the ink through the waffle shirt. It'll make a mess. Yes. So this is the hardest part, you guys, is just trying to get this line back up to where it was. But since we didn't remove it from our ink mat, we should be able to get it to go right back where it was. And if it's not lined up perfectly, then that's okay, because the color that we did underneath is somewhat close to the color of our shirt. So you won't even notice if it's not lined up perfectly, okay? All right, so here we go. I've got mine lined back up. We're gonna go over this entire transfer now with a black velvet ink, and this is gonna give you all of the detail in this design. All right, I just grabbed a small squeegee. Hi, Tammy. And here we go, you guys. This is what's going to bring it to life. And again, I'm not pressing down. I've loaded up my squeegee with quite a bit of black ink. And I'm just light-handed going over it and allowing that ink to fall into the silk screen. And I can get rid of any extra that I've got by just putting that back in my jar. I do recommend, too, that when you're using ink, try not to do a thing where you're going like this and in different directions. Try to stick with one direction. Because the more that you try to move it around, and the more times that you go over it, the more chance is going to be that you're creating bubbles underneath, okay? So one pass if possible, and stay in the same direction with it. It is like magic. And this time I'm going to do my words as well. Now over here, if I don't switch around and go the opposite direction, then I'm going to go off my transfer. So just for that last little bit there. And then with a very light hand, oh, okay. With a very light hand, you're going to go back over the entire thing and just squeegee off all of that excess ink so that you don't have piles of it on your design, okay? Want to bleach an area of a shirt to use, yep, soft scrub bleach gel or any kind of Clorox, any kind of cleaning supply that has Clorox in it, really. You can use to bleach shirts. All right, so here we go, you guys. This is the part. We're going to pull up slowly because if we missed anything, we can lay our transfer back down and we can do it again. And look at this, y'all. This is where the magic comes in. This is now you can see his hair. You can see the color of his face. How cool is this? And it just really brings our Pigpen right to life. I love it! I love it! Okay, I'm just spraying this down now. And I'm spraying it down well because as ink sits, it has a tendency to make it harder to clean your transfers. So I'm spraying mine down right now with water, and I'm also using a Dawn Power Wash, okay? Look how cute he is! It is amazing, isn't it? So amazing. All right, now what we've got to do is we've got to get this dry again. If you guys can, and you have the ability to, then just walk away at this point. Go clean your transfers, go watch a movie, go to bed, come back in the morning, or come back a couple of hours later to heat set this. Let it completely dry naturally for the best case scenario. I am not doing that because I want to be able to show you start to finish how we do these. So I'm going to try to dry it as best as I can. Now you need to get me some hoodies to make fall. Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Yes, that black really brings them to life. So hopefully this guy will stick around long enough for you guys to grab him. He is, like I said, low quantity. He's going to sell out very, very soon. They let us know that on Friday, and he still was around when I prepped for my live tonight, y'all. All right, so I'm just tapping it. It looks like I got it just about as dry as I'm going to get it. Now that it's dry, I'm not worried about my shirt folding in on itself when I pull my ink mat out and then getting that ink all over the place. So I can pull my ink mat out at this point in time. And I'm going to show you guys what I mean here on this. And I actually think, maybe, you guys want to learn how to wash these things? Because I can show you really quickly. It won't take but a minute. So y'all can see that this is now like full of fuzz. You remember how I could touch it and I could lift it with my hands? Like I can't do that anymore. It's so full of fuzz from the inside of my shirt that it will no longer pick up on my hands like it did. Wish I could wear hoodies. It just doesn't get hot enough. Even cold enough, Brenda? It gets hot. It gets really cold here in Michigan for sure. All right, So what I'm going to do right now, so that I can show you guys what to do, is, all right, I'm just going to show you. I will show you how can clean my ink pad. What ink pad are you talking about? All right, you mean this ink mat? Okay. So this is what I've got here, you guys. I just labeled mine ink mat cleaner. Ink mat cleaner, okay? And what it is, move some stuff around so I can show you. This is from the Dollar Tree, you guys. It's called La Totally Awesome Oxygen Orange. And some people can't find this at theirs. You can also use Windex, but I would also water down your Windex. But this right here is what I use. And I mix it 50-50 with water into a separate bottle. Okay? Now I'm actually going to put this, where am I going to put it? I'm going to go ahead and just, let's do this. Hold on. If I'm going to clean it live, I'm grabbing a towel, you guys. I've cleaned stuff on this towels. And I'm going to set this right down on the floor. You guys are not going to see this process, but you will see how it gets cleaned, okay? I'm going to put this down on the floor. I'm going to spray it heavily with the ink mat cleaner until it almost pools a little bit on top, and let that just kind of sit on there while we heat set the shirt, okay? So just really giving this a good spray. In all the spots until it kind of pools a little bit. The sea spray, you got to figure out how to use it. I might be able to show you guys tomorrow how to do the sea spray. All right, so while we let that sit, we're going to go ahead and we're going to heat set this shirt, or this sweatshirt. So I'm just going to take one of these, or a towel, or anything that you've got that's going to give you a layer of protection underneath your design, and I'm going to put that inside my sweatshirt, right underneath where Pigpen is. And I can feel that it stops up here, and it stops down here, and it stops over here. So the whole thing is protected now, for sure, and it's all going to get pressed. Then we're going to grab a piece of parchment paper or one of these Teflon sheets if you've got it, and lay that over top of there for your protective layer. And I've got a big old heat press, and it's set for 350 degrees for 30 seconds. And I'm going to go ahead and just heat set this. If you don't have one of these, that's fine. Grab the iron out of your laundry room, medium to high heat with no steam. You can definitely use cardboard, yes. Anything that you've got that's going to be a protective layer between, like underneath it. Or an ironing board. Okay, Misty, go to bed. Once that 30 seconds is up, because this is a sweatshirt, you guys, if I were to turn this inside out, there's so much fuzz on the inside that it really doesn't do the ink from the inside out as well as it does on a t-shirt. So I'm just going to let this cool for just a second, and I'm going to give it one more press at the 350 degrees for 30 seconds. That way we're going in short bursts, and we're not, I don't know, we're just going to double up our time on one side instead of doing the back side. Just for extra safety precaution, y'all. So regular iron, no steam, because that'll get into your ink and make your ink bleed. You're going to go about 2 minutes with that, and just kind of moving it around as you go to set that ink. And then you can wash it and wear it and wash it and wear it, and it becomes permanent. So for good measure, I'm doing it twice since I'm not going to turn it in. Yep, I do it for 350 degrees for 30 seconds. with the heat press. With an iron, medium to high heat, no steam for about 2 minutes on each side. You'll be able to feel it. If it still feels tacky after it dries, then try to heat set it again. All right, you guys, and there it is. It's done. We're just going to pull this right out of here. And we've got this really awesome shirt. And I'll probably wear it tomorrow because it's cold here in Michigan. Yo, look at it. I love it. What do you guys think? Do you love this design? Do you love Pigpen? Do you think he's so cute? Most you've seen set to 305. So I think a lot of that just depends on personal preference, is really between 300 and 350. You just do twice at 30 seconds and never have a problem. Look how cute though, you guys. That turned out perfect if you ask me. I can't wait to wear this. All right, so our ink mat's been sitting down here for quite a while. No, Carol, it's still in a bag. It's still in the bag on my counter. I got cleaned up from the party today, worked on getting things shipped out, and what else did I do today? Oh man, I worked on some more of the Christmas bundles. All right. I know. I'm going to wear that one tomorrow. All right, so let's bring our ink mat back up here. On my towel, it's been sitting for a while. And I'm just going to grab, and thank you, by the way, Carol. You already did them on a shirt? I'm just going to grab another small squeegee. Okay, you guys can see this is, I don't know if you can see or not, it's wet, and it's like it pooled in the middle. Okay? So, I'm going to grab my squeegee, and all I'm going to do is start in the corner. And we're just going to start squeegeeing all of this. Yes, the Christmas bundles. So, Tracy, it's basically a bundle of accessories that I get ready for you guys. And when they're ready, I will definitely come on and I'll show you all the stuff that's in there before I launch them. All right, so we're just, can you guys see that piling? We're just going to go over the entire thing with our squeegee, and we're just trying to pull all of that fuzz right to the center. And once we've got, it just has to be saturated for a few minutes so that it releases all of that. You guys see that big old, can you see the big old pile of fuzz? It's still in the 80s there. It was here today. It was like 77 today. It was really nice out. But we're looking at like 60s for the rest of the week. And it's not going to get warm again, I don't think. I'm closing the pool. So it was awesome orange from the Dollar Tree, mixed 50-50 with water, or you can use Windex. And this is also getting all that purple ink off that you see down here. That's going to come off with it too. All of that excess ink, all of this fuzz, and I'll pick it up and show you guys. And you're just going to kind of work your way all the way around it and bring all of that grossness right to the center. And I've got some areas that were not as saturated as others, so it's not, it didn't soak. There we go. I got a lot of that. You guys see all that purple's kind of moving to the middle. Hi, Ro. Can you use the huge squeegee? I wouldn't recommend that, because then you could press too hard and you could pull the, you could press too hard and actually gouge the adhesive that's on here. So I wouldn't recommend trying to use the big one. All right, you guys, here we go. Do you guys see this big old pile right there in the middle? I mean, it's like when you clean your dog. And this is really just from like one sweatshirt, all of that fuzz that I got off of here. And it still isn't all of it. There's still more fuzz. But it's enough to get it good. Like, look at that. Look at that. You guys see, look at that pile of lint. Ew. Ew. So gross. So gross. That came off of that shirt. Now I'm just going to grab a piece of paper towel and remove most of that. We'll remove all the excess cleaner that was on here. Yeah, it looks like a dryer lint trap for sure. And then I personally use these clips from the Dollar Tree and I hang it up. How often do you clean the mat? Whenever it doesn't have a sticky on it anymore. When it's not sticky enough that I can hold it up with my hands, then I'll clean it again. I normally take these clips here and I just hang this up by these clips and I'll let it air dry because I'm afraid to, let me see if I can make it work though. I'm afraid to overheat this. So let's hold this way up here and just see if we can get it to dry slightly. And I'll usually hang this up overnight or for even a couple of days. So you don't wash and dry before you stencil. No, I usually, maybe every time I do a sweatshirt, I will wash this thing. But for shirts, t-shirts, I'll get 15 to 20 uses out of it before I actually stop and clean it again. All right, and now look, you guys. Now look. I couldn't do that 5 minutes ago, right? Like, that is sticky, sticky, sticky. All over again. It's back to original form. And that's how you want it for your textiles to really, really, really stick down in there. Tracy, I cannot with this. The different price mystery bundles I can only do if they do a designer preview that allows me to order at least 2 weeks before the public can. And I don't get to order before the public this time. That's the only time I can do the mystery boxes. So you guys, there it is. There's how to clean an ink mat. There's an ink project. I hope that you guys absolutely love this and got a lot of good information out of our live tonight. So let me show you guys one more time the gorgeous shirt that we made. Absolutely, Mary. I'm going to wear it tomorrow. I think it looks fantastic. There it is. All right, you guys, if you have any questions, comments, concerns about anything, please send me a message and let me know. And I'll get back with you as quickly as I can. And I'll see you guys back here again tomorrow. And I'll probably plan something with the sea spray because I've got people asking about sea spray. So there it is, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great night, and I'll see you guys back here again soon, okay? Bye, everybody.